It's 83% today. Some nice black tapper covers here, Jason.
Yeah.
G'day guys, it's Calvin and Jason from the Coaching Company in New Zealand. We've got another engine and Jason's going to wire it. What'd you do with that loom? That box of loom? The box of loom that was here?
You put it away.
Oh. So this one I was meant to be wiring with the customer, but thanks to some crap that's going on worldwide at the moment, she can't come into the workshop and help us. So I have to put up with him a bit more, and he is going to wire this engine up. This is a second-hand UCF 20 engine. That is still a UCF 20. It's got the rails. Just as a comparison, guys, this is a UCF 10 engine, but it's got UCF 20 gear on it. Okay, so that's just to confuse you, but that block is a thick rod block with skinny rod parts on it. Just being tricky. So Jason's going to wire this. As part of the deal, it came with a little G4. It's a G4 Plus, isn't it? Yeah, it's a G4 Plus Atom 2. They don't have anything that distinguishes them as a G4 Plus, do they? So we got that brand new with this engine. It had never been fitted. We're going to put it came with a loom, but we're going to run it with a plug kit because we'll be faster. We've got a map sensor for it. Oil pressure sensor.
I don't think it's going to fit.
It will if you grind the block.
No, it's not going to fit the wrong thread hole, I think.
See this hole?
Yeah.
That's the front hole. So the front hole is before the filter. We don't put oil pressure sensors in the front hole. We're going to put it in the back hole. And this is the upgraded block because it had a really ugly block on it originally, which I think I've thrown out, to tell you the truth.
Is that what's come out of it?
This is what's come off it.
So what's going on it? So when we put the oil pressure out here, what do we want down there?
I think, shall I show you the wiring that's in it?
No.
You don't want to see the wiring. So up by this, there is a million wires and relays, and you can just use your imagination because it's not very pretty. So I think we just leave that because it's got some of those aftermarket gauges in it for oil temp and oil pressure. And then that one goes to the dash, which has got an oil pressure gauge on the dash. But I think we put oil pressure into the ECU so we can monitor it with that one. And so you in the back hole, and then you've got to line it up correctly. And if it's still too close, then you give that block of sand right there, and it'll fit. And then it's in the correct hole. I'll give you a pin out. Gearbox loom, again, that's all taken care of in the truck. It's ugly, it'll get a tidy up, but you don't have to put it in this loom. And I think down here, you just run our normal 6-pin auxiliary plug, like normal. Put a purge up here. Taco, run a spare wire off the igniter because we're still running the distributors. So the wire that runs to number 1 coil, branch off it and back to the by the ECU for the body plug.
Where we put the igniters on it.
You've either got, well, you've got here with the map sensor, or you've got over here. But branching it, if you branch it here and run the igniter and map sensor both on the firewall, I reckon. Oxygen sensors? No. Wideband. Did I get the last set of new pliers, or did you?
You did.
I did.
Yeah, because I ended up with these ones.
Oh man. Okay, here you go. Give me those ones. They can go on my bench. They're not yours to keep.
I know. They'll end up on your bench. You'll get like 9 up with ones. I don't really care.
So this engine should be pretty well prepped. Power steer pump's new. Alternator was off this truck. It's got the new sensors. You've got the new water temp ECU one. That's the gauge one, of course. Throttle body's been prepped for a link. It's got the air temp in it. Build a loom like normal.
Well, not like little.
Little, yeah.
Cutie.
And, oh, you've already put a start wire on it.
Oh fuck! I had the foresight to do that.
Yeah, you did.
And probably look, there's a big battery wire there too. Wow.
Probably put some heat proof over that.
Yeah.
Love these exhausts.
Right, this is lovely, aren't they?
Yep. Right, while you do that, I'm going to go move some big stairs.
Go do some steering.
Yeah, I'll see you in a day or so. How many days?
Hey, these are broken. Oh, they're locked. Oh, there you go. Oh.
Do you need the instructions? Here you go. Here's the instructions for you.
I figured it out. Isn't much.
Oh, factory suppressor too.
Oh, how long are we going to make it?
Normal.
About 1200.
About 1200 from that
Yeah.
point there.
That hurt. Fully.
Can you exceed the quality of this? This one isn't the worst one we've seen, but someone's been there. See, there's a screen tape, and
This one's good.
I've got a feeling this one should have the taco wire. There's the taco wire for it. You just come straight off the igniters. Clearly he isn't paying attention, but this is what he's replacing. That's going back in the rubbish bin.
Well, that's really 1200.
The rest of these are... Gravity's working.
Apparently they bolt wasn't in that far.
No, apparently not. It is go time for this one today. The big guy there, he's been doing some wiring, making it look lovely, absolutely lovely. But he hasn't shrunk it yet. That'll be on his list. We're going to make it run. We've got a few little bits. Oh, a few minutes ago that didn't have an earth on it. It does now. Hey, Jason. flex plate has got the starter motor trigger wire behind it. Oh.
That's a you problem. That sounds like a you problem.
I've got U problems. They're at my place. They've got lambs with them. Right, it looks lovely. You've done a lovely, lovely job. It's not like the ring gear staying on there for long, and it's not like you can turn the starter on to crank it, because the trigger is underneath is behind it. So Jace is bolting all the last few bits and pieces onto it, and he is going to make some noise. Vroom vroom. She's already making noise. We're going to fire it up on the stand, of course, before we put it in the engine into the truck. Well, you're doing the atom. And of course, guys, we build wiring looms like this one, just like this one, and
that one, and that one, and that one, and that one.
Yeah, pretty much. From this point out, it doesn't matter. It can be an atom, a monsoon, or we can change this plug and it can be the other one, the Haltech stuff. So I'm going to do the Haltech. I got coil on plug Haltech. You've got link standard coils and leads. I know exactly. I'm going to turn the camera off because I know what you've got.
Oh, let's go to my back.
I'll come back when you've got some noise happening, eh?
Sure.
You've got the bucket of noise. You've got the big atom too. It's a G4 Plus. Power in, yep, easy. Ignition's in. Fuel pump. Can't get those pressure sensors anymore.
You can't get them anymore.
They're now a brass one. They actually, I mean, not a,
That is brass?
okay. They're now stainless steel. They've got an equivalent in stainless steel, which is nice. And possibly shorter, which is nice as well. Filter housing. There's the oil pump at the front. Goes to the outside of the filter and returns from the centre of the filter into the back of the engine. It's nice and easy, eh? Comes down each side. We have a purge solenoid wire that we just put in regardless. High speed control. And on the atom, the map sensor wires, or the analog input that we often use for the maps, for the fuel pressure, becomes the map sensor, so we can't run fuel pressure as well. We're going to run oil pressure though. We've got a little 2-channel basic igniter because we're running the stock distributors and leads. And no knock sensor, just straight in with a single wire. Looks good. Jace is going to put some numbers in that computer and put some oil in it. And then later on he will put the flywheel and clutch back on it. That's just I've got the flex plate on to fire it up. I'm going to let him concentrate while he's setting that up, and I'm going to go do the competition. It's got, no, it should have triggers.
Hey?
It should have triggers. You got the sparks, you got the fuels. What offset's in it? What timing offset? Triggers.
Go smaller.
Click the arrow.
That's what I was trying to do.
For these two to go green, and we're watching for this one to give some RPM. No RPM. Okay, cool. That's why it doesn't sound very lively. So it's very easy. You check your trigger 1, trigger 2, and then it's on RPM. It's got an RPM. It should actually go, but it doesn't have RPM. Okay. A little bit of fault finding. Let's sort that out. Jason did crank up oil pressure, so that's good. He did a spark test. He did an injector test, but for some reason, it don't want to go. Whether it's a cam or crank sensor not doing what it should. What trigger wheel did you put in it?
I didn't put a trigger wheel in it. What trigger wheel did you put in it?
I don't remember what trigger wheel I put in it.
Neither do I.
Tuned it to 1UZ VVTi. There is a good chance we put the later model trigger wheel in it, eh?
We'll try that, eh?
I tried to fire one up the other day and I had it the other way around. I had VVTi trigger wheel pattern. Just check the offset, the calibration. So we could just drop the crank sensor out. This crank sensor almost looks like it's had a knock on it. Yeah, I don't want to have my finger in there while you're turning it. Just turn it a little bit. Turn it. Go the right way. So I've got a tooth. I've got another tooth. I've got a gap. Keep going. I've got another tooth. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, now that's not a late model one. Because the late ones are 36 minus 2. That's a 12 tooth. It's an early one. Okay, set it back to early. I don't like this crank sensor.
No, it doesn't look like, it looks like there's a bit of a duff, isn't it?
It does look like it's had a doof. We got RPM now. I can hear sparking going. I don't know about that fuel map on this one. Yep. Wowza!
Go!
By any chance, is the trig 1, trig 2 round the wrong way?
I don't know, but why is there smoke?
It's because it came out the inlet.
Oh.
Woofed in. Yeah, it came out here, hit my hand, and then woofed it over that way. That's good. It's just smoke everywhere.
Trig 1, trig 2?
Oh, not trig, sorry. The ignition 1, ignition 2. Well, it starts to run, Chase. Don't think that's good enough. We'll bang it in the truck. Yeah, shut down. We know it goes. We can bang it in the truck. And then we can tune it in the truck.
You're busy tuning the truck.
Yeah, tune it in the truck. Just check, you know. It's not like us to be easy on the silicon.
No.
Not like us at all. Righto, we'll sort that before we put it in the truck too.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, well done, it's agreed. Oh, you got to shrink it anyway, don't you?
Mm.
That's your day, that's the rest of your day. Shrinky the loom. Can I have the laptop now? I want to do the other one.
Go on.
I want to do the competition.
You're going to do the Australian.
Yeah, yeah.
Black Witch product! Woo! Woo! Can't find anything in this place! Black Witch product! I need some seals! Oh wait, they're across the road at fucking Gowan's place! Woohoo!